Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Sam.
and this is
Wise Words for Dodo
Birds.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dodo Birds. Me and Mike are here. We're just, this is the day after, this is Black Friday of 2023. We figured we'd come and share our Thanksgiving stories with you for a post-Thanksgiving episode of Wise Words for Dodo Birds.
Yeah, yesterday was Thanksgiving in the U.S. here, and I know everybody has different traditions and stuff, and it's actually one of my favorite holidays because it's a pretty no pressure holiday.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of depends. Like, if you're someone who has to bring a fancy dish to the dinner every year, then it's a pressure holiday.
Yeah, or like if you're the sole responsibility for preparing all the food, which is, I don't think that should be anybody's job. Like, your mom shouldn't have to make 14
Right.
entrees.
Well,
Bring something. You could do something. I believe in you.
My family, when I was a kid, we would get together. My grandma would have my mom's whole side of all her kids and grandkids over for Thanksgiving. My dad was good with it. We lived down there. His family was up here. And like, we'd all get together and there'd be every fucking Thanksgiving dish you could imagine. But I think my grandma made most of it. Like you said, not everything, but like, she definitely was the type of person to like take on the burden.
Some people enjoy that, but I imagine that's very stressful.
I imagine like 99% of people get stressed out by it. And then you get your occasional mother of 10,000 that's just like, this is what I do.
Yeah. It's like that's her Super Bowl.
Right? Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's the Super Bowl.
It's game day. I got the sweet potatoes. I've got this and that.
But like but since then, so like since my family stopped getting together for such big Thanksgiving gatherings, usually my dad will do up a turkey, some potatoes, and whatever sides he feels like doing, and that's what we have. It's not like it needs to be this huge extravagant Thanksgiving every time. But especially with my dad, there does have to be a turkey, and he has no problem making it.
I wonder if the sentiment of like offloading some of the responsibility in that aspect is a millennial or like a newer concept. Because when I grew up, my mom was the same way. It was like, I take care of everything. Don't you worry about it, this and that. But as I've gotten older, my mom had some health complications a few years ago, and my wife and I actually started cooking a fair amount. Like, I did the mashed potatoes, gravy, and like cornbread, and Mary made the turkey. And then so my mom just got to do the side stuff that she likes doing more.
Yeah.
It's less stressful, and it's good. Like, all the food is super, super good, and everybody is in a lot better mood because it's less stressful,
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
does your whole family
I do think
bring
that,
something?
Well, see, no, but I do think that the farming it out thing is just something that over time, I'm not 100% sure if it's the generation, if it's anything to do with the younger people, or if it's just something that changed over time.
Yeah, and it could be just in my personal life.
It could
but
be.
I have noticed a little bit more anecdotal evidence of that being the trend.
Me too. And I really don't attend Friendsgivings very often, but especially when something like that is done, it's like, all right, bring something or you're not invited. You know? Like, and I totally get that too. I get
there's
both
a cover
sides.
at the door.
Yeah, it's a cover charge. Where's that cornbread or whatever? You bring some cranberries at least.
Yeah. Good food. Your family. This year?
like I was saying, like my dad did make a turkey, and so my brother and his girlfriend, I guess, didn't want turkey. Like, they don't like turkey. My brother, I guess, doesn't anymore.
That means somebody's not doing it right.
Well, I mean, that's not true, because my dad, myself, my friend, and my sister, because my mom went south for some things, but so she wasn't there, but like we all indulge the shit. I had turkey for lunch today before I left.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. There's nothing wrong with it. No, I think what happened, if somebody did something wrong, it was my brother, because my dad likes to make, because there's always a gravy. There's always like a nice, thick, yummy, delicious gravy.
Yeah.
And my dad is, in fact, he did it yesterday and he did it today. I think he said, fuck it to just eating regular turkey. He made hot turkey sandwiches, mixed with that gravy, some potatoes, and slap between some bread, right?
Yeah.
And he made those for my brother one year. And I don't know if my brother had a stomach bug, because it couldn't have been the food, because my dad had some with him and was fine. But he got so sick. And I think ever since then, he's not been a big turkey guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which makes sense, you know. It's like people with blue vodka. It's like they always get sick off it and never want to drink it again.
I don't eat deviled eggs for the same reason.
Yeah. Yeah, he threw a whole bunch of them up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so I think that's why. But yeah, no, Dad does the turkey right. There was a surprising lack of vegetables this time. My dad's always a big vegetable guy.
But everybody knows that vegetables are a supporting act.
Yeah, yeah, and for sure. There was
nobody is walking in the door and being like, man, I can't wait for that fucking corn.
Green beans.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are.
Sure.
Definitely not me. And, I guess this time Dad wasn't. Because they brought, my brother and his girlfriend brought down pork chops, which seemed fine, I guess, But, she spent a long time on the potatoes, and they were phenomenal. We had some rolls too. There was definitely a variety of food on that table. It was good. It was good. And I always indulge the shit on Thanksgiving. Why not? Anytime I go visit my family, I get food. When you live alone and support yourself, you learn to
take the free meal.
Food. Yeah.
It's hard to cook for one. I actually think it's easier to cook for like 10 people than it is for one. Because like all good food takes preparation. So like if you were just cooking for yourself, it feels silly to spend 8 hours on a dish.
Yeah.
No one else is going to eat.
Especially if it's something that can't be like heated up well. Yeah. Because I can make a few things that, it's like you make a ton, you just eat the rest over the course of the week or whatever. But like one thing I love to make and love to eat is chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
But that's not something that's like reheatable.
Sure.
At least not the way I make it.
The sauce is, but the noodles,
No, it's the other way around. The sauce, like once it
separates.
Yeah. Well, once the way I make it, once it gets cold, like if you try to heat it up in a microwave or anyway, really, it separates the cheese from everything else, and it's not good.
You can try to reheat it in like a bowl of water. So you put the sauce in a bowl, and then you put that bowl in a bowl of hot water, and then it kind of like helps it acclimate, so you're not like shocking it and it doesn't separate. And
I'll try that.
Yeah, and then you can kind of like whisk it up, and then you can like microwave it or whatever. But it helps kind of get it ready. It's not so shocking on the.
Yeah, I guess I always use a microwave, or I guess I might have tried with the oven once. That didn't go so well.
Yeah.
Because also, I don't know, I make it real thick. I'll have to show you sometime. You like Alfredo?
Yeah, definitely. The food was good with us too. My wife, no offense to any other turkeys I've had in the past, and I've even made a few turkeys, but until my wife started making the turkey for my family, I don't think I ever had good turkey.
Yeah.
I thought turkey was just kind of mids.
What does she do? She based it a lot.
It's just a lot of love. People are like, what's your recipe? She's like, seasonings and thyme.
Lots of water.
Yeah,
basically basting it every half hour or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a timer on her phone every half an hour. She's just doing what you need to do. She's just watching it. That's like I think that's the key, is just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, like you said, love. You gotta
I've smoked a turkey before, or twice, and one of them was pretty good, and then one of them was like, fuck me, good.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had smoked turkey. It's
really good.
I mean, if I have, it was at a restaurant.
Sure. But yeah, the key between those two experiences was one, I was fucking off and not paying attention to it, and the other one, I had a camping chair next to my smoker
Right.
outside.
Watching that shit
Yeah,
all day.
keeping the temp right, this and that, and yeah, it was. If you put love into your food, it comes out good, you know, always.
Yeah, man. Like,
Did you ever do Black Friday? I know that we'll talk about it, but it doesn't really exist in the capacity that it did when I grew up.
well, this year I bought some tires. I got like 4 tires, $30 off each tire.
Yeah, online.
No, I went into Walmart because the nice thing about Black Friday nowadays is that it's more like Black Friday month. You know what I mean? They kind of do it. A lot of places do it all month. Like this tire sale was started on like the 10th or something of November. Yeah. And then there's also, again, it's like practically half the month now, but I'm going to take a look at some deals maybe on Cyber Mondays, since that became a thing where it's like the best internet deals are on the following Monday.
Sure.
Because like I prefer to online shop anyways. Because I mean, back in the day, Black Friday, like when we were younger, I mean, I didn't go much. My parents didn't want to go because I mean that shit's hectic. Like
Yeah.
it's dangerous, you know.
See, potential hot take incoming here. That's what I loved, man.
Yeah. Was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the danger of it all.
Oh, well, not the danger, but like the crowd,
chaos.
the excitement, the chaos.
Yeah.
It's like a punk show, you know. It's like like a bunch of people are just gathered outside. It's cold. We're here for one thing.
Right.
And then as soon as they like let it go, it's just like, let's fucking go, dude. And I just love the energy and like all the hustle and I felt like the deals were a little better back then as well.
And that is true. I think that when you had to fight for them, the
Yeah.
deals were better.
It was exciting. Like it was something I really looked forward to actually. And I'm not an early guy, an early person, never really have been, but I would get up at 4:30, go to Menards, you know, or at 6:00 with Walmart, and it was fun. Like it was an event.
Yeah. See, I never did anything like that.
After COVID, you know, obviously that stopped, and there was plenty of bad things. People got stabbed for a Tickle Me Elmo doll,
Right.
and that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, well, my buddy, he, he's like gonna be 50 soon. So like he was talking about when he was even younger than we are now, and what Black Friday was like then, and like yeah, and he lived in California, and so like yeah, people would get killed, you know, like for a fucking toaster or
For
something.
sure, or camp out, and
Yeah, well, and you know, see, there's nothing wrong with camping out.
Yeah.
Like I like the chaos is pretty cool too, but it's when it turns violent. It's like you
but
really
all it takes is
you're
one.
really gonna fuck someone up for $150 off a TV.
Yeah, but when you have 200 people in a crowd, all it takes is one weirdo to
Yeah.
fucking make a fun thing,
Turn it into a fucking
and that goes
chaotic
with anything with mass people at it, you know. But yeah, I liked the high energy. It was like a fucking like a show, like it was raw. It was just like it was fun to see all these like wine moms like turn up, like get that fucking Betty Crocker crock pot.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like
Well, and I'm pretty sure our Walmart was open on Thanksgiving Day last year. I'm not 100% sure if it was this year, but I'm pretty sure it was open last year till like 8 p.m. or something like that.
yeah.
And I went there and they were getting ready for Black Friday. And it was cool because there were just like all these like designated line spots and areas where lines normally didn't happen, you know,
Yeah.
but it was just like, we're
Yeah,
going
it's
to make
gotten
it
so
orderly.
organized and like
Well, it's like, why? It's like, you know, why didn't they do that before?
I mean, I 100% I can play devil's advocate to why they've made these changes. People are getting hurt. There's chaos. One, people have to work there. So if you work at Walmart and they just tell you you have to come in
Yeah.
on Black Friday, you're leaving. You might not even get to go to your families. Or you're leaving it early to make it to your shift. It's totally understandable why they don't do that anymore. But, yeah. I miss the tradition of it, but I think it's past.
Yeah.
I think we're over it.
I think so too. I mean, the fact that I'm engaging in it means that part of it's probably over, you know, because like 3 years ago, I got a computer monitor and a TV, a 55-inch TV on Cyber Monday or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the TV is a $400 TV. I got it for like $230, $250.
Yeah.
And the monitor is a $250 monitor. I got it for like $150. So like, I love Black Friday, now, but back in the day it was rough, I was always like, I'd rather just save up the money, not deal with the crowd.
Yeah, and I'm a penny pincher.
Penny pincher. Yeah. That's a good word for it.
Like, so anytime that there were deals and if I could get the deal because I turned up harder than you did, Carol, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Respect.
like if I have to box out a bunch of old ladies to get Christmas deals for my family or Christmas gifts for my family at a 50% discount, I'm getting it.
Right. And that's another thing. I think that's
Like,
what it is. It's like Christmas gifts and stuff.
I'm probably some of the reasons why people don't like doing it.
Yeah. Fucking headbutting people.
Yeah. I
Tackles.
love it. Yeah, my little sister, I used to take her with me, and she was much smaller because she's 10 years difference. And I would be like, okay, well, we would have a list. We would come in, this is what we're looking for, this, and that. And then I would give her like the little pamphlet of like a certain section and be like, okay, you stand by this pallet. And then when they say, everybody go, I was like, I need you to grab this. And because she was so small, she could maneuver in between the crowds and get underneath
That's
people.
cool.
And nobody wanted to like be rowdy with her because she's like a little girl.
You want to be nice to the little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
it's like your little minion.
yeah, it was perfect.
Secret weapon.
I've been talking to some people from different countries, and I asked them if they have a version of Thanksgiving, and it seems pretty American.
Yeah, it's an American holiday for sure.
Yeah, definitely, but
and
the concept seems a little silly. It in my perception, it seems a little silly to most people in the world that it's just like, oh, you guys just watch the Lions play every year,
right?
And just eat food like you always do, but it's different food with your family.
The concept of the holiday of Thanksgiving and where it came from was always a little weird to me. Like, I don't know, some dinner between the Pilgrims and the Indians, whatever, like all that stuff, which I'm pretty sure happened.
Yeah.
But like, all like the like huge, I mean, they dressed it up and stuff like that. However, what it's turned into, where it's really like you just meet with your family. I mean, I know I'm never for people having to be around people they don't like. So like if you don't like your family, you don't owe it to them to see them on Thanksgiving. I don't necessarily think that. But like if you love seeing your family and it's an excuse for everybody to get together like Christmas, I'm all for it. And especially because that's what we did. Like I said earlier, when I was a kid, we would actually have to say something we were thankful for, and I think that's good for kids.
It's a good exercise.
Yeah, just like to like be grateful for something. It's something I try to do on a regular basis, but like, yeah, on Thanksgiving it was just like, and you don't even have to be grateful for like something big. Just like I'm happy I can walk around healthily on 2 legs today. My back doesn't hurt, my neck doesn't hurt. I'm thankful for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like the sentiment of Thanksgiving's customs, traditions, because it like I said, it's a low stakes, it's a pretty easy going holiday.
Like you said,
it's about just getting with your family, eating some good food, chilling, watch the football. Yeah, I like it. It's not like religious or like patriotic or it's just like, and the message of giving or like being thankful, that's good.
Yeah.
I think more people could take away from that on a more regular basis.
I agree. And that's, I think, why it's always been one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
But it's also, especially, it's built around food.
Yeah.
Eating food and being thankful that we're not starving, I think was a big part of it.
I like that it's turkey is the main dish too, because we don't really eat turkey. As Americans, we don't eat turkey a lot.
And on the occasion that we do, we rarely like do it the way we do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But my dad's actually such a big turkey guy. He does them on Christmas too. He does 2 turkeys a year, one on Thanksgiving, one on Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's I don't think that's super uncommon. I think people either do the turkey or ham on Christmas, you know. The first Thanksgiving, it was 1621, and the first Thanksgiving was actually, it was goose. Like, turkey wasn't part of the tradition for a bit. It took only 2 years for the term Thanksgiving to catch on, but it was it was like 120 years later from 1621 before it was like a national holiday. George Washington was like, hey, we should do this on a regular basis. And then cool. Lincoln was actually the one that was like, because it was kind of rotating days, you know, and Lincoln was like, how about just the last Thursday of every November, we do that thing we do. Okay. And then, and so it took a long time for the tradition to
catch on the way it has.
Yeah, to the masses.
Still, I didn't know that. And I like learning new historical things. So
yeah, the food cool. that it started with was, you know, corn. It originated as a celebration for the first European corn harvest.
I was just about to say, I thought it was centered around a harvest, but I didn't want to like speak incorrectly about that.
Yeah, and the first dinner was mostly fish, lobster, and goose, as well as vegetables, obviously.
Right.
But the turkey tradition didn't pop off for a bit.
Still though, that's fucking.
So
it's like turkey, you know.
So we could be eating goose every year.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Which is
be
something I've never tried.
I actually don't know if I have either, but I've had a few different birds now. You know, they're all pretty good. I don't think I've had meat that I don't like.
I did Thanksgiving in Indiana one year.
Okay.
And it was not on Thanksgiving, but they did it like a month earlier. But it was their Thanksgiving, a different sect of my family.
Okay.
And it's a small town, about 100 people, and everybody brought wild game of some sort.
Yeah.
And
shot it myself last week.
Yeah, very rednecky. But it was cool though. Everybody was super nice. Yeah, Southern hospitality, even though it was like the Midwest.
It's still the Midwest.
Yeah. I tried possum. I tried squirrel brains. I tried frog legs.
Okay. Wow, those are some Southern fucking dishes.
Yeah, there was mystery meatloaf, and it was just one of those things that was like best not to ask.
Don't ask. Yeah. Was it good?
It was good. It was all good. The only line I drew was at the bull testicles. Like
testicles? I don't know about that.
The Rocky Mountain oysters. I was like, nah.
I've tried oysters. I hate oysters. I don't like any kind of oyster.
Well, the Rocky Mountain oysters is what they call bull testicles.
Oh, great.
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's very common. Rocky Mountain oysters is a fucking sick prank. For some reason, that's what they call them. It means bull testicles.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like even I'm glad though that this is like no. Even if they're oysters, it's like I'm not eating those.
Yeah.
Oysters look like vaginas though. Really nasty vaginas.
It smell like it too. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Never been face to face with one that smelled like that.
You've never been out east, I guess. No, I'm joking. Did you ever watch like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Growing up at all?
Is that here in town?
No. It's like Macy's. Like it's in New York.
Macy's is
like a. It's funny now because like it used to be a big deal, but it's a department store, kind of like JCPenney's.
Okay, yeah, no, all right. So that Macy's did. Yep. I was just making sure that that was the Macy's. They do the
annual, like anytime you see the big Thanksgiving Day Parade, they host it, and they have for years.
Oh, okay.
Like 100 years.
I think I've heard of it, but like.
Yeah, you never grew up watching that?
No, see, when I grew up in South Louisiana, and parades was February, Mardi Gras. That's what parades were to me.
Yeah.
And so,
this was a TV thing.
Yeah, we didn't really watch parades on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was the kind of thing if after having been to parades as a little kid, if my mom had said, "You want to watch a parade on TV?" We'd be like, "No, we want to go to a parade."
Some of them are still cool. Maybe I like them because of I grew up watching them.
Right.
But they
It's
do
a different thing.
the cool floats and the balloons, and this year there was a little bit of hubbub regarding our meddlings in overseas currently. There was some
Meddlings?
yeah, well, like I'm trying not to like get too specific into it, but yeah, there was.
Well, just to clarify, United States involvement in foreign wars.
Yeah.
And at this parade, there was some.
Yeah, there was
stink about
some protests and like outspoken people that kind of got in the middle of some of the fun celebration part, and I think protests are very important. I think speaking your mind is an American. That's an American right. It's literally the fucking First Amendment.
Yeah.
Like, however, to do it in the middle of Pikachu and a Naruto balloon while people are throwing candy out, I don't know if that's the time or place.
No, it's.
I don't think that's getting your message out.
Yeah, it's just
thoroughly.
being rude. And people these days don't know how to protest. There's right ways and wrong ways to do it. And, that sounds like a authoritarian thing to say.
Yeah.
But, like, there's, and how about instead of right and wrong ways, there's polite ways and rude ways.
Polite ways and rude ways.
Which I call the polite way the right way and the rude way the wrong way, but you can do it however
But that's a matter
want.
of perspective, but sure.
And it depends on what you're doing, you know? What are you protesting?
They just kind of got in the way and like slowed it down, and so
why?
That's not bad.
What are they protesting? The Thanksgiving Day parade?
No, it was support for Israel and like
okay, and so are you getting anyone's attention really with that?
We're already
or are you
on
just
board.
upsetting everyone that's watching?
We're already doing that. Like,
so
and
wait,
I'm not saying,
they were upset. They wanted to give more support.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, we need to be focused on this.
Oh,
it's
God,
like, dude,
that's even worse.
Yeah. It's like we're already focused on that every other day right now.
I mean, I don't know if that is worse, but like,
I'm not trying to negate or I'm not trying to lessen the support that those people need right now.
No, and that's the thing. But
there's a time and a place.
Yeah, exactly. And like there's exactly good places to go and cuz that's a thing, that I thought for when you first started, I thought you were talking about the crazy people who think that they need to support the jihadist terrorist group.
Yeah. No.
And so when it was them, it's like, well, they're already immediate. See, I dismiss them as already being a little bit nutso and not considering anybody but themselves,
sure.
Really. But these people actually seem to, it's like support Israel, and it's like, okay, but like,
yeah, that's
why are you
something
protesting
we're all
at
on
the
board
Thanksgiving Day parade to
Yeah.
tell us this? Like, it's probably as they wanted the attention that is already on the parade, but it's
there was like there's a image out there of like I forget what the shirt exactly said, but it was a white T-shirt with like
the flag or
support Israel and
Israeli
fuck
flag.
Hamas or some shit like that.
Sure.
It's like, dude, that's just we're on board.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like just have fun at the parade.
Yeah.
And wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Wear that shirt to the parade.
Wear that shirt.
Yeah,
but run in front of floats and stuff
but
and
stay on the side of the
steal
floats.
enjoyment from children.
Yeah, exactly.
About
just be cool.
an issue that we're trying to one day just put to the back of our mind for one day.
Just for, not even for the day, just for this hour and a half that this parade's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
so I thought, like, I was, boomer alert. I was just a little upset that it was like, why do we have to be political all the time?
Yeah.
It's like, we're just trying to have a good time here. Your Uncle Phil has drove from Cleveland. Can we just have a good day?
And this is a happy thing, too. Like,
Yeah.
why go interrupt? Like, if somebody's bitching and whining about some stupid first world problem and you want to be like, you want to bring up Israel as like, there's real problems. People have real problems in this world. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I totally get that. But like, these are people having a good time, the theme I would imagine is being thankful for what they have. And you're
Sure.
sitting here like, you should be focused on other things. And it's like, we're doing exactly what the right thing to do is in such times.
We've designated a day to do a mission Can we do that today?
Right? Like, yeah, just to be thankful.
Can we be political Americans every other day of the fucking year?
Like we are?
Yeah,
every
like
other
we
day of the
are.
year?
We haven't forgotten. We're just like, trying to see Aunt Carol.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually, I can even speak as someone who has thought about this ever since October 7th, pretty much every day, except definitely not yesterday. It was not on my mind at all yesterday. And I'm glad it wasn't.
I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. And again, let me be clear. I wasn't thinking about it every single minute of every single day, but
But the thought passed by. It's a conflict. We're aware.
It's in the news,
The
you know?
thing is we're aware that it's happening still.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody's confused about that.
Yeah. When you had more of an extended family at your Thanksgiving, did you ever have the hot take family member? Like,
see, I was
like the guy who wants to talk politics or something like that.
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
Because especially it was down south, and this was back when I was really young. So, and that's the thing. If they were doing it, I probably didn't know. But I remember I started playing poker with them at a young age, probably younger than you should let a kid play poker with you. But it started with sitting in for my parents while they'd like go smoke and shit.
Sure.
But then eventually I was playing with them. And then I think if they ever talked about it, I probably just didn't care, didn't know what they were talking about. But like at the end of the day, there was definitely never any hostilities, nobody arguing, If people had political conversations, they'd probably do it like quietly off to the side. But, there was never anybody like, and I've had some family members who have some theories. Like I have a cousin who's loves going on 9/11 conspiracy theory rants and stuff like that, and just government conspiracies in general. But I love him.
Yeah.
He is a fucking blast to hang out with. I just avoid and I'll even have those conversations with him, but I'm not going to do it all the time. And I don't think he wants to either.
And at Thanksgiving, yeah. So I had an experience with that yesterday. That
really, a conspiracy theorist?
Not necessarily, but I had a member of my family saying things that I would definitely rant about, and like they know I'm on board. Like they already know what my thoughts are on the thing, and
so you just got to sit there and kind of enjoy the rant, or did you chime in?
I didn't chime in because it's not the time or the place, There are some other members of my family that would have opposing opinions, and I'm not trying to do this at,
Right, not trying to have an argument on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. It, like my sentiments of police or this and that. It's like,
right.
I feel you, man, but like, we're not, I'm not doing this right now. And so I think that's one thing that gives people anxiety about like visiting their extended family. You have your fringe uncle or something that...
And that was why I was careful to say earlier, like, I don't want to... I'm not a fan of making people visit family that they don't want to visit with because of that. Like I'm not someone that you owe it to your family to go visit them on Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. It's like, I don't know you. You don't necessarily owe them shit for all I know.
Are you in my life, Jeremy?
Yeah, exactly. But, yes, and that's why. And that is the reason why, is because it's like you could have some asshole that is out to get you every time. Like I have had some girlfriends that like, they have like a grandma or an aunt who's just like always like throwing like underhanded just like low shade at them, you know, things that are like not immediately hostile,
backhanded compliments and stuff,
passive aggressive shit. Backhanded compliments, that's a good way to put it. And it's one of those things. It's like, I get why you don't want to visit family if that's what you have to deal with, but yeah, fortunately my family, like I didn't grow up with any of that, especially not when I was younger. But again, if it was happening, they were good about it, keeping it from the kids.
Sure. And I haven't experienced a whole lot of that, but I know that just anecdotally in my life, I know that that's an experience that a lot of people have. Is just like, and we talked about a certain family member taking up the mantle of making all the food and stuff, and that's kind of their Super Bowl. There's the other member of the family that it's like, I've been saving up, 74 Trump articles, and I can't wait to bring them up at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know, and that's their Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna convert my fucking pussy liberal nephew into a real man this year.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I just don't understand why. Like, you know, let's just let's just actually be thankful and be together as a family. Let's not talk about this and that. Let's have fun.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was say objectively, I think that comes from that some of that political and it left or right. You know, no matter which side you're on, you think your side is right. You think your side is holier and like has the right idea, and so when your family members disagree with you, you think I can't do this. I can't let them be wrong and evil or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
you think
just
you're
like,
helping them.
Exactly.
Evangelizing them.
And that's either side because, like, you know, I think I've even said on this podcast, I lean a little more left, right? But like, and I can relate to that feeling, but like, and I've seen people come like, and not so much family, but like friends come to me and they're like, look with that, right? And it's just like, I know you think you're helping me, but you're just annoying me right now.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it with you either, you know? And I was the same way. I used to think I had to like tell people like, oh, it's wrong. It's like people will either learn on their own or they won't. But
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving is the worst time to do it.
That's not the fucking time or place to do that. It's so cringe. Yeah, I think like some of my parting words for this episode would be, let's just chill out. Let's just let's take Thanksgiving literally and just be thankful that you have a life, good food, a family that, I mean, everybody's family dynamics are different, but if you have family members that you don't like there's a good chance that there's at least one person that really cares for you and your family, a distant cousin or this and that, somebody you're on the same field with. Be thankful for just your cousin Chris. Like,
yeah, exactly. And that's actually a perfect, like, you know, wise words there is like, if you have to go to a family Thanksgiving and you're like rolling your eyes like, I don't want to do this. Well, keep in mind, you have a family Thanksgiving to go to. Somebody wants you there. You want to see somebody there, or you just wouldn't go. You're like, even if you're like, I'm just going to make my mom happy. It's like, well, you're going for your mom.
Yeah.
You know, you have your mom in your life.
so you're inherently thankful.
For your mom.
And
Otherwise,
sometimes it's like a guilt dynamic. It's like if you don't come, this and that. But
sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think most people can appreciate that message to some degree.
Unless they're a psychopath, which that does happen, who likes to control people.
Yeah.
That's just, you know, making you feel guilty is their way of saying, I want you here.
Yeah.
You know, and so
That's
somebody wants you there.
That's true.
Again, it's maybe not the nicest and most pleasant way to be told, you know, to come to understand such things.
Tactics aside, the
Right.
message is
They want you
under
there.
all the mud is positive.
Yeah, and so if, you know, think more about people who actually don't have anywhere to go,
Yeah.
you know,
No
and-
food to eat.
Yeah, or they're having like a fucking microwave TV dinner.
Yeah.
Same as every
Alone.
goddamn day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good message. Just let's take it kind of literally. Let's hang out. Let's be thankful for your family. You could have been genocided generations ago.
Yeah.
Your entire family lineage could be gone, erased from the earth. But no, you guys get to hang out and watch the Lions lose every year. And
Apparently, listen to wise words for dodo birds.
yeah, hopefully.
I mean, you are. Wise word. Wise words for dodo bird, whoever you are. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, birds.
Bird.
Any other parting words?
No, just happy Thanksgiving and be careful. Don't catch an elbow on those Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
You know, try and get a TV. You can do it all. By the way, don't forget about today is Cyber Monday, or yesterday was, depending if we get it posted on Monday.
Yeah.
Today is Cyber Monday, and you can get out there and on the internet and fucking buy. That's like one of my favorite things about the internet. Cyber Monday.
Lame. But no, it's the great deals. You should check them out. All right, guys, we're going to let you go, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Closer.